77. A horde of demons affront native nature. The one body bows to true suchness. We shall not tell you for the moment about the affliction of the elder Tang. Instead, we shall speak of those three demon chiefs, all united in their minds and efforts, who were engaged in a strenuous conflict with the great sage and his brothers halfway up the mountain east of the city, a battle that was something like an iron brush scrubbing a copper pan. Each party's tough and hard. What a fight! 6 substances and forms, 6 weapons. 6 body features and 6 sentiments. 6 evils of 6 organs from 6 desires. A contest waged on 6 paths, 6 forms of birth. In the comforts of spring of 36 halls. Each of 6 forms or features had a name. This one's golden hooped rod had thousands of styles. That one's square sky halberd was fierce in 100 ways. 8 Rules' muckrake was savage and strong. The second fiend's lance, able and in good form. Young Sha Monk's treasure staff, no common thing, had intent to kill. Old demon chief's steel scimitar, fine and sharp, would spare none once upraised. These 3 were a true monk's guardians whom none could face. Those 3 were brazen wild spirits who mocked both lord and law. At first it was so-so. Then the battle turned fierce. When 6 persons all used the magic of flight. They each tumbled and turned on the edge of clouds. In a moment the belched-out mist and fog darkened heaven and earth. And all you heard were the growls and roars. The 6 of them fought for a long time until gradually dusk let in. Since the sky was already misty and a strong gust was blowing, it became completely dark in no time at all. Now 8 Rules already had huge ears that hovered over his eyes, making the world seem more opaque than ever to him. His arms and legs slackened, and he no longer was able to parry the blows. As he turned to flee in defeat, his muckrake trailing behind him, the old demon gave him a blow with the scimitar that almost took his life. It was fortunate that he missed 8 Rules' head, but a few bristles on his neck were shaved off. He was, however, chased down by the old demon, who opened wide his mouth and caught 8 Rules by the collar. The demon took his prisoner into the city, threw him to the little fiends to have him bound in the Hall of Golden Chimes, and then mounted the clouds once more to join in the battle. When Sha Monk saw that things were going badly, he turned to flee after one last half-hearted blow with his treasure staff. The second fiend flung out his trunk with a snort and wrapped him up, hands and all. He was brought into the city, where the little fiends were instructed to have him bound beneath the steps of the hall also. Then the second fiend rose into the air to try to capture Pilgrim. When Pilgrim saw that his 2 brothers had fallen into captivity, he realized he was unable to oppose 3 adversaries. As the saying goes, even a good hand can't withstand 2 fists. And 2 fists can't oppose 4 hands. With a cry, he broke through the weapons of those 3 fiendish demons and fled by mounting the cloud somersault. When the third fiend saw Pilgrim somersaulting away, he shook himself and revealed his original form. Flapping both his wings, he immediately caught up with the great sage. How could he do this so readily, you ask? When Pilgrim caused great disturbance in the celestial palace, even 100,000 warriors from heaven could not catch hold of him, for a single cloud somersault of his would traverse the distance of 108,000 miles. But one flap of this monster spirit's wing, however, could cover 90,000 miles, and thus 2 flaps, in fact, would send him past the great sage. That was how the great sage fell into his clutches. The grip of the fiend was so firm that he could not move left or right at all, nor could he even exercise his magic power to escape. For when he enlarged himself, the fiend's clutch would loosen somewhat, and when he reduced his size, the fiend tightened his grip accordingly. He was thus taken back to the city, dropped to the ground, and he too was bound and placed together with 8 Rules and Sha Monk. As the old demon and the second demon came forward to meet him, the third demon joined them to ascend the treasure hall. Ah, little did they realize that they had not bound Pilgrim. It was more like sending him off. It was about the hour of the second watch, when all those fiends, after they had greeted each other, pushed the Tang monk down the steps of the hall. When the lamplight revealed to the elder his 3 disciples all bound up and lying on the ground, he fell down at Pilgrim's side. "Oh, disciple," he sobbed. "When we met with an ordeal, it was customary for you to exercise your magic powers outside so that you could seek assistance when necessary to subdue the demons. This time even you have been taken. How could this poor monk lay claim to his life?" When 8 Rules and Sha Monk heard these words of anguish from their master, they, too, began to wail. Pilgrim, however, replied with a smile, "Master, relax. And stop crying, brothers. Let them do what they will, but you will not be harmed. Let the old demons quiet down first, and we'll be on our way." "Oh, elder brother," said 8 Rules. "You're fibbing again. Look at the way I'm tied up. When the ropes are just the least bit loosened, they immediately spit some water on them to make them tighter. A skinny fellow like you probably doesn't feel a thing, but that's a plague on a fatso like me. If you don't believe me, just look at my shoulders. The ropes have cut at least 2 inches into my flesh. How could we escape? Not to mention the fact that we're bound by hemp ropes," said Pilgrim with a laugh. "Even if they use core cables as thick as a rice bowl, I'll treat the matter as lightly as an autumn breeze blowing past my ears. You needn't wonder about that." As the 3 brothers were conversing, they also heard the old demon say, "Our third worthy brother is most capable and most intelligent. His marvelous plan did indeed succeed in capturing the Tang monk. Little ones, 5 of you will go bail water. 7 of you will scrub the pots. 10 of you will start the fire. And 20 of you will go fetch the iron steamer. Let's have those 4 monks steamed for us brothers to enjoy. We'll give each of you a small piece of their flesh so that you can all attain long life too." On hearing this, 8 Rules shook all over and said, "Elder brother, listen to that. That monster spirit is planning to have us steamed and eaten." "Don't be afraid," said Pilgrim. "Let me see if he's a rookie or an old pro of a monster spirit." "Oh, elder brother," said Sha Monk, "stop this idle chit-chat. We're about to become neighbors of King Yama, and you're still talking about rookie or old pro." He had barely finished speaking when they heard the second fiend say, "It's not easy to steam Ju 8 Rules." Delighted, 8 Rules said, "Amitabha. Who's accumulating secret merit by saying it's not easy to steam me? If it isn't," said the third fiend, "let's skin him first before we steam him." Horrified, 8 Rules yelled, "Don't skin me. I may be coarse, but the moment the water gurgles, I'll turn soft." The old fiend said, "The one not easily steamed should be placed in the bottom layer." "Don't be afraid, 8 Rules," said Pilgrim, laughing. "He's a rookie, not an old pro." "How do you know?" asked Sha Monk. Pilgrim said, "Whenever you steam anything, the stuff placed on top always gets done first. That's why you always put the toughest foodstuff in the top layer of the steamer. Build up the fire until the hottest steam gets up there, and everything will be fine. But if it is placed in the bottom layer where the steam doesn't get through that easily, you can steam the stuff for half a year and it still may not be cooked." He said just now that 8 Rules was not easy to steam, but he still wanted to put him in the bottom layer. "Isn't he a rookie?" "Oh, elder brother," said 8 Rules. "The way you talk, you sound as if you wanted me to be tortured alive. When they are hard-pressed and see that I'm not fully steamed, they'll pull off the steamer, flip me over, and build up the fire again. I'll then be cooked on both sides, but still raw inside, won't I?" As they were thus conversing, one of the little fiends went up to report, "The water's boiling." The old fiend gave the order at once for the various fiends to haul 8 Rules into the bottom layer and Sha Monk into the second. Suspecting that he would be next, Pilgrim decided it was time to leave, saying to himself, "I should be able to do something by this lamplight." He pulled off a piece of hair and blew his immortal breath onto it, crying, "Change." It changed at once into a pilgrim bound by the hemp ropes. His true body rose with his spirit into the air, where he stood still and peered downward. Those fiends, of course, could not tell the true from the false. The moment they came upon the false pilgrim, they lifted him up and placed him inside the third layer. Only then did they push the Tang monk to the ground, hog-tie him, and place him in the fourth layer. Fueled by dried wood, a terrific blaze soon flared up. Perched on the edge of the clouds, the great sage sighed to himself. That 8 rules and Sha monk of mine can still manage to withstand perhaps 2 seconds of boiling. But my master, all it takes is 1 second and he'll turn soft. If I don't use magic to save him, he'll perish this instant. Dear pilgrim. Making the magic sign in midair, he recited, "Let O and Ram purify the Dharma realm." Key, primary reception beneficial for determination. This spell at once caused the Dragon King of North Sea to arrive in the midst of a dark cloud, crying, "Aoshun, the little dragon from North Sea, kowtows to you. Please rise. Please rise," said Pilgrim. "I wouldn't have bothered you without cause. I came here with Master Tang, who was caught by these vicious demons. He has been placed inside that iron steamer to be steamed.